Mr. Matlala, you said the people who rated you, amongst them was a person called Khumalo. And then you go to a meeting, you tell Kele your problems. Then Kele says, withdraw the case. You withdraw the case. On the phone, you call your lawyers, withdraw the case. Kele calls a person called Khumalo. He says, no, this guy is caught in a battle or a fight, a Zulu war. He has withdrawn a case, something to that extent. And then when he drops the call, he says to you, when you return to Pretoria, go and take your firearms. When you return to Pretoria, you get your firearms. Do you have any reason to doubt that indeed he was talking to Khumalo, because the person who was at the center of taking your firearms was Khumalo?
No, I didn't say I had any doubts.
No, I'm not saying you said that. I'm saying, do you have any reason to doubt that he was talking to Khumalo, because the person who came to fetch the guns is Khumalo. Then Khumalo get calls, the guns get returned. I mean, the guns, you go and collect the guns. So when Kele says, I spoke to Khumalo and you get the guns, you have no reason to doubt that Kele was talking to Khumalo?
No, I didn't have any reason to doubt at all.
Thanks.
Honorable Malema.
Chair, there is actually no problem with the proposal. And to compare it with Mukwanazi is extremely so difficult to understand. Mukwanazi wanted to depose an affidavit. The problem is that he titled it differently. And we said he must go and correct it because it was not properly captured. The witness says, I'm prepared to proceed without deposing an affidavit. And if later required, I can do so, especially after consulting with my lawyers. But I'm ready to proceed now. We had this discussion yesterday. And people who are speaking now were at the forefront of saying, Cat must come here, Cat must come here. Cat is here now, Cat must go away from the milk, Cat must go away from the milk. No, the Cat is here. Let's attend to the issues we said we wanted to attend to yesterday. Because if this proposal was actually hashed yesterday, we would have even said, let's start at 2 to allow him enough time to, because we were told this thing yesterday. It's not for the first time. And we agreed in a meeting yesterday that we are proceeding. So let's proceed as proposed by the SC. And the SC makes another valid point, which we must take into consideration, that it is actually not a necessary requirement for a person to appear before us, only if they've deposed an affidavit. It's not a requirement. Lastly, Chair, these proceedings of Parliament are recorded on Hansard. He takes an oath, he speaks with his own mouth, and he comes back and says, I never said that. We take out a Hansard. And that's it, that's the end of it. The Hansard is an official recording program of Parliament, and you can't turn against your own voice on the Hansard. So that's why we've got an Hansard. For people who come to Parliament and speak and later say, I never said that, we go to Hansard and say, this is what you said, and you said this under oath. The fact that he's prepared to take an oath is enough for the EFF, Chair. Thanks. No, Mr. Matlala, it simply means that whatever you share in this committee will never be taken from this committee and say, on the basis of this, we are charging you because you gave the committee this evidence which is incriminating you, and therefore are using it to charge you. So let's say on Medicare, they can't say, you are not charged with Medicare. They can't say what you said here about Medicare is now being used as evidence to charge you on the basis of you saying it here. But if they come and say a source gave us this, obvious, in a criminal case, they will have to reveal who is this source and what is the credibility of the source and where did the source this evidence that is being used against you. And if it comes back to Parliament, it will not stand the test of time in a court of law because you produced it here in Parliament.
Oh, okay. Honorable Malim.
Thanks, Chair. So I just want to make a follow-up on the same question. General Taylor said You called him, you met him, told him Mukhodzi told you that Mkhunu wants to be a president, and therefore they need you to finance the campaign of Mkhunu. And they told you not to work with Cele, and make sure you close Cele out and Zuma out. Don't tell them these issues. And from there, you need to keep on giving him information, because when we asked him, why do you keep Matlala close to you? He said, no, I kept him close because he was bringing information from Mkhunu to my side. So I can't let him go because he's giving me information. He said that under oath. And now you are saying he's the one who came with the information, the opposite of what he told us. So effectively, I'm asking you, Mr. Matlala, did former Minister Cele lie under oath about those issues in relation to your name?
Yes, he lied under oath.
Thank you.
If he was asking, he was seeking information, why would he even ask me to ask my protectors to take him and his wife to a wedding somewhere in Lanseria? So that there was no way from me sending my protectors to drive him to a wedding. There was no way he will get information from those guys. He don't know them. If he wanted information, he was supposed to all the time make sure that I'm with him so that he can suck information from me. But it was for his own benefit. I even gave him even money. If you are here to suck information, that money, declare it somewhere that, okay, this guy gave me this money, and then, but since we know that for him we want information, I had to ask money from him. I don't think he even declared that money. I gave him money twice.
Yeah.
How much did you give him, the first one and the second one?
I gave him 300,000, and then on the second occasion I gave him 200,000.
Okay.
And then
sorry, Che. The point on January 8, don't give him more than 200,000. If he asks for more than 200,000, don't pay. Did you ever pay for that January 8?
Yes, I did.
How much?
I will say between 150 and 200. I'm not quite sure about it.
Let's take Honorable Malim.
No, thanks, Chair. I know the SC answered that question, but I was saying to Mr. Matlala that the affidavit is used to prepare him for this appearance. But anything that he thinks can help this committee to arrive at proper conclusions, he must say it because he's under oath. And no one will say, why didn't you put it, or accuse him of not putting it in the statement. The statement is just to prepare you. And whatever you remember that is going to be useful to this committee, say it freely because you are under oath. So both the statement and your verbal evidence are relevant to this proceedings. Thanks.